Welcome to Politex. What does Politex mean? Well, it's a noun that we created here at Vineyard TV. It explains the activities associated with the governance of Texas, especially the debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power. Politex will be a bipartisan weekly show here on Vineyard that focuses on bringing people together from both sides of the aisle to discuss this week's headlines and political news and notes for and about Texas. Politex, again, is a bipartisan political show. So let's just jump right in, as we only have a few weeks left to November 6, 2018 to share information, answer questions, and make sure as many people are as informed as possible about their choices before heading into the ballots. We will also keep this light with comedy from both sides. First off, let's issue some condolences. First, we here at KVTV and Politex issue our sincerest condolences to the families of Senator John McCain and the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Our condolences to the family of John McCain because he was a true American hero and citizen and will be forever missed. If you can't or couldn't watch the full homegoing services for Miss Aretha Franklin, be sure to catch snippets all over social media platforms like Twitter, especially performances from Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson. We also send our deepest sympathies to the families of the 2 lives lost in the deadly mass shooting in Jacksonville, Florida. Last weekend marked 1 year since Hurricane Harvey hit Texas. We remind ourselves that despite the tragedy Harvey was, we are Houston strong and will continue to move forward. We offer our support to those still dealing with the effects today and hope for a speedy recovery. Houston residents mark the anniversary of Hurricane Harvey by voting on funding for flood control projects. One of the most watched races in Texas will be for the U.S. Senate, where Senator Cruz is finishing his first term and facing 4 lesser-known Republicans in the primary. On the Democratic side, El Paso Democratic Beto O'Rourke is trying to get through the primary against 2 other Democrats to get to that highly anticipated battle with Cruz. According to The Hill.com, Beto O'Rourke is within 1 point of Cruz in the Texas Senate race. If you live in Texas and know someone who doesn't vote because they don't think their vote doesn't count, now is the time to get them registered and ready to vote. Seriously, find and help one person to register. Make sure that before you vote, you know all the facts, and make sure you vote in the upcoming election. In this week's That Dog Don't Hunt, Senator Ted Cruz needs to take down this ad. Beto O'Rourke voted yes for Harvey tax relief. The original bill intentionally excluded Puerto Rico, Florida, and the U.S. Virgin Islands after being hit by hurricanes. Beto voted no. The final bill included those Americans, which Beto voted yes for. Let's talk about some reliable sources. One of those is vote.org. Each episode and weekly, we will highlight and post reliable resources for information to prep you before you head off to vote this November. Everything you need to vote on and know about voting can be found at www.vote.org. Get into November registered, educated, and ready to vote. It takes less than 2 minutes to register on vote.org. You can use vote.org to find out if you are registered to vote, and you can also find out about an absentee ballot if you can't vote in person on Election Day. You can find out where to go on Election Day as well. Use vote.org to find out where your polling place is so you don't get lost or frustrated driving in circles. Be prepared. You can also sign up for election reminders so you never miss an election again. You will receive timely election reminders from vote.org. You can unsubscribe at any time. Another reliable source is called. This resource is dedicated to students. Again, Students Rise is at studentsrise_ on Twitter. Students Rise is a student-led 501c3 founded by March for Our Lives Houston leaders who realize that engaging in the political process is the best way to create change. They're working to ensure that voter registration occurs twice a year in high schools across Texas. They believe in the importance of an engaged youth population and to let them know that the law is on their side. So in case you didn't know, Texas law requires high schools to pass out and collect voter registration applications to eligible students at least twice a year. Too few high school principals are aware of this law, and even fewer implement it. Texas Secretary of State Rolando B. Pablos wrote a letter last year urging superintendents to ensure that districts' high schools participate in the opportunity to register voters. To clarify, yes, all Texas high schools must distribute voter registration applications at least twice a year. It's Texas law, and again, too few schools follow it. You can find this law under Texas Election Code 13.046, High School Deputy Registrars. The Texas Civil Rights Project has released a 2018 report on high school voter registration across the state, and at most only 34% of public high schools comply with this law. Practically no private schools do. Not even half of the Texas citizens aged between 18 and 24 are registered to vote, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. And Texas ranks second to last when it comes to adult citizens, again, 18 to 24 being registered to vote. Let's do better, Texans, for the future of Texas. If at least one student from every high school in Texas approached their principal about the law requiring them to distribute voter registration materials twice a year, we wouldn't have such low youth registration rates. Be the change in your community. You can keep up on social media by following the hashtag #StudentsRise, or text @JoinUs to 81010. Again, that's text JoinUs to 81010 to sign up for updates. Change happens in the voting booth. Young people like you need to be there. When you guys vote in November, make sure you research what you're voting for. Red or blue, it's important that you know the truth. Democracy dies without participation. Make sure you and your friends are registered. Don't wait until the last minute to get your government documents and your IDs ready to go vote. Here are the acceptable forms of voter identification according to the Harris County Clerk's Office. Texas driver license issued by the Texas Department of Public Safety, current or have expired no more than 4 years. Texas election identification certified by the DPS, current or no more than 4 years expired. Texas license to carry a gun issued by DPS, current or has not expired for more than 4 years. United States citizen certificate containing the person's photograph. A Texas personal ID card issued by DPS, current or has not been expired for more than 4 years. U.S. military identification card containing the person's photograph, current or has not expired more than 4 years. United States passport, current or has not expired more than 4 years. A certified birth certificate, a copy of or an original bank statement, copy of or original government check or paycheck, copy of or an original current utility bill, copy of or an original government document with your name and address on it, only required if it contains a photograph. Voters who currently do not have an approved form of photo ID may apply for an identification certificate, EIC, at no charge with the Department of Public Safety. For information on this, you can call 512-424-2600. Again, that's 512-424-2600, or go to the website txdps.state.tx.us. Our goal here at Politex is to inform and to entertain. We need to keep things professional and fun at the same time when it comes to political education and edification. We will share jokes and memes that we find funny. Send us ones you think are funny by tagging us on social media at #Politex. We are bipartisan and appreciate humor from both sides of the aisle. Here's the meme of the day. Check out this hilarious meme from Zach Braff on Twitter at Zach Braff. The next one comes from Concordance on Twitter at Concordance. Of course, Houston, Texas isn't gerrymandered. It's perfectly natural to divide congressional districts using a paint splatter method that happens to break up large populations that traditionally vote Democratic. A total coincidence, I say. That's her post. And our last one references and reinforces how vital it is to be educated about voting. Check this one out. We want to thank our production team, and we also want to thank our sponsors and our show underwriters. Contact us for your opportunity to be a sponsor or an underwriter. Thank you for tuning in to KVTV today and our show Politex. Email us if you have any questions for information you want to share with the community. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. Send us show pitches, ideas that you want, even segment ideas for a show that you may want to host here to myvineyardtv 15.8 at gmail.com. Again, that's myvineyardtv 15.8 at gmail.com. We love to hear from our viewers. Afrocentric TV features Afrocentric content that is grounded in an African heritage. It's the essence of African identity. It's a bridge between the past and the present, defining our identity. Through Vineyard Afrocentric television, we lead the conversation in African diaspora storytelling and African diaspora film and television. It's an offering that provides entertainment, and information. Red or blue, do you. So see you next week on Politex, Houston's only bipartisan political tech talk show. I'm your host, Daniela Flanagan.